So, hello everyone, good afternoon. How are you all? So, all the candidates who are present in the class, we are back with the session, and here we are discussing 25 questions which are very important for all the RRB and for all the SSC examinations. So, let us see what kind of questions are asked in the examination and how we are able to answer them. So, we have Ankita and Utkarsh here. So, good afternoon, guys. What is the first question? The first question is in front of you. The question is, in a simple pendulum undergoing harmonic oscillation, at what position during its motion is its gravitational potential energy maximum? So is it option number A, that is at mean equilibrium position? Is it at the extreme position, midway between the mean and extreme? And the option number D is potential energy remains same or remains zero throughout. So we have four options. Now guys, in this case, see, before reading the question, you have already given the answer. So I have such a talented candidates gang here. So I'll not use the term gang, that's the negative term basically. Okay, so since it is talking about pendulum, so this is the mean position and these are the extreme positions. Fine. Now guys, let's say this is the surface, and if I'll calculate the height from the surface, let's say this is x distance and this is h. So during the movement, when it will reach at the maximum point, I mean at the extreme point, it will reach the maximum distance. And in order to calculate the gravitational force, sorry, the potential energy, we'll use the formula m into g into h. So mass is going to remain same throughout, g's value will remain throughout same, but here the potential energy actually depends upon the height, and as we know, at the extreme position, that is at the extreme end, height will be maximum, so obviously the potential energy will also be maximum. So at the mean, no equilibrium position, at the extreme positions, that's correct. So option number B is correct, and Ankita and Utkarsh, both of you are correct here, right? One more thing I just want to ask you guys, which energy will remain conserved? Will it be potential? Will it be kinetic? Will it be mechanical, or none of the above? So I just want to ask, which of the following energy will remain same throughout? So what should be your answer in this case? Tell me. So yes, will it be gravitation? Sorry, will it be potential? Will it be kinetic, or will it be mechanical, or none of the above? So that's absolutely correct, Utkarsh, because mechanical energy is the sum of potential and the kinetic. So that's why mechanical energy will remain conserved throughout. So whatsoever point is, the total mechanical energy is going to remain same. Absolutely correct. So that's all from this particular question, and this question is repeatedly asked in all the examinations that I have kept it. So option number B was the correct answer. So pendulum reaches the maximum height and momentarily stops with V is equal to 0, making gravitational potential energy maximum. That's it. Next, what happens to the electrical resistance of an intrinsic semiconductor material like that of silicon or germanium as its temperature increases? So will it increase linearly? Will it decrease rapidly? Is it going to remain completely unchanged, or will it become infinite? So guys, since we are talking about the semiconductor, so please focus on this some semiconductor, because this concept changes when you compare it with the metal. So let me check. Ankita, Utkarsh, the who is going to give the correct answer, and all the candidates who have joined first here for the very first time, you can just subscribe the channel, because these classes takes place from Monday to Friday at the same time at 12, and all the questions will be fresh here and all will be relevant with your examination. So what do you think, guys? So I'll give you the hint. For the case of metals, guys, it is going to increase. Now just give the answer. It's asking for the semiconductors. So Utkarsh is going with C. So it is going to remain completely unchanged. No, it will change. So C cannot be the answer. In this case, the answer will be decreases rapidly. So what will be the answer, Utkarsh? Uh, Decreases. That is option number B will be the correct answer. Fine. So yes, the concept is actually different for the case of metals. So here B is the correct answer. See, negative temperature coefficient. Unlike metals, semiconductors have a negative temperature coefficient of resistance. So thermal energy breaks the covalent bonds, creates the free electron hole pairs. So higher temperature vastly increases conductivity. So for the conductors, Please try to understand that's the different thing. So it will cause the electrical resistance to decrease rapidly. So yes, here the answer was B. Ankita, correct. Next is, which electrodynamic law states that the total electric flux passing through any closed Gaussian surface is proportional to the total net electric charge enclosed? So will it be Ampere's law, Faraday's law, Gauss law, or Coulomb's law? So in the previous series, so since it is the 16th day, in all the other days, we have already discussed about the Ampere's law, Faraday's law, and Coulomb's law. So what will be the answer? And the candidates who are regular here in these sessions can easily answer this. Guys, I have already told you there's another way for attempting the question, and that's known as option elimination. And Utkarsh has already used it. So what is the answer? Here the correct answer will be Gauss law. So let's go in the detail and understand what's all about it. So yes, total electric flux through a closed surface equals 1 upon epsilon naught. So times the net enclosed charge. So here's the mathematical form that's given here. So that's the Gauss law. So it's used to calculate the electric fields around symmetric charge distributions. Okay, next. The phenomena of TIR occurs only when a ray of light travels obliquely in which specific medium path? Answer please. So all the candidates can easily answer this if you are aware of TIR. So TIR only occurs when two conditions are met. The first condition is when the ray of light travels from the denser to rare medium, and the condition number two is when the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle. So just check all the four options. Utkarsh and Ankita both are going with D. So from rare to denser, that's wrong. From vacuum to solid, that's again wrong. From air into water at normal, no. From an optically denser medium to optically rare medium, absolutely correct. So yes, D is the correct answer. And always remember, the condition for the TIR to occur is the ray of light must travel from the denser to the rare medium. That's the point number one. And the second point is angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle. So these are the two important conditions which we must remember. I guess it is clear. So yes guys, here option number D is the correct answer. But yes, as usual, I have detailed explanation as well here. So light must travel from denser to rare medium. Option number two, condition number two, angle of incidence must be greater than critical angle, and the applications includes the optical fiber communication, mirage formation, and sparkling of the diamonds. That's it. So proceeding forward with the next question. So the next one is, which hydrostatic fluid principle is directly utilized in the mechanism of hydraulic brakes, hydraulic lifts, and hydraulic press? So is it Pascal's law, Archimedes' principle, Bernoulli's principle, or Torricelli's law? So what should be the correct answer, guys? It's about the hydraulic brakes, hydraulic lifts, and hydraulic pressure. Sorry, hydraulic presses. And you all can give that answer. Utkarsh is going with A, that is Pascal's. Others? Ankit, I guess, yeah, I knew this answer will be clear. So yes, Pascal's is the correct answer. So that's great, absolutely correct. So guys, here the correct answer will be Pascal's law. So that the equal pressure in all the directions, right? So see, pressure applied to an enclosed incompressible fluid is transmitted undiminished equally in all the directions. So it enables a small force on a small piston to lift a massive load on a large piston. That's it. Next is, what nature and relative size of image is formed by a concave mirror when an object is positioned between its principal focus and pole? So you have four options. Let us see what will be the correct answer here. So guys, please answer what will be the correct answer. No one this time. Okay, so Utkarsh is the first one to give the answer C. See guys, what is the nature and relative size of the image is formed when the concave mirror by a concave mirror when the object is positioned between its principal focus and pole. So guys, for the case of concave and for the case of convex, I have already given the example. In the case of convex, the diminished images are formed. So we are using it in the in our rear mirrors or the side view mirrors of our vehicles. But in the case of concave, it's used by ENT doctor, that is ear, nose, throat. It's used by dentist, and it's used on the headlights as well. So for the enlarged images, right here, the real and inverted, that would be okay. Let's go with the next option, that is virtual, erect and diminished. No, it will be virtual, erect and magnified. So yes, the correct answer is option number C, and you have already given that answer. Oh, 1 second. Yeah, C is the correct answer. So placing an object closer than the focus creates a virtual, erect and magnified image behind the mirror. So it's used in the shaving mirrors, dentist, and makeup mirrors for enlarged views. So the images are in the enlarged form. Next, what is the next question? What is the official SI derived unit of magnetic flux density, which is also known as magnetic flux density? So the number of lines passing through an unit area. So that was a definition we have studied for the very first time in our ninth standard. And obviously in the examination, the level is till 10th only. So please tell me, will it be Weber, Henry, Farad, or Tesla? So I'm asking about the unit of magnetic field intensity or magnetic flux density. Utkarsh is going with Weber. Okay. Ankita, what do you think? What should be the answer? And all the other candidates who are present in the class, you can also start answering. And wherever you feel like you need any help, you have any doubt, I'm always there for you people. And guys, one more thing. If you wanna give the subject-wise test, you can also use the Oliveboard's website. What you can do, you can just type Oliveboard on the Google, just tap on the first link, and you can go with the test, right? So right now there's a coupon code birthday going on because it's the 14th birthday bash and sale is live for the Oliveboard. You can use the code birthday for the maximum discount, that is 62% off on the SSC subscription. Guys, I was talking about the test. So for the test, you can go with this PYPs and live test. And here, whatsoever examination you're preparing for, just click on that. So let's say it's SSC CGL. You can go with the topic wise test, sectional test, GK test. It's all up to you. So let's say you want to give GK test. Now in the GK, this was for the banking insurance. Sorry guys, we need to select SSC here. Now in the SSC, just go with the PYP test, SSC CGL Tier 1. And here you can click on this GK test. Here in the GK test, you can actually select what test you want to give. You want to give the current affairs of June 2026, advanced GK of June 2026. So all the tests are present here. You can just click on the take test and you can start giving the test. Also the as we know, the section wise test will be taken. So you can use that also. Okay, so getting here, back here. So this time the answer will be Tesla here. So you all are going with Weber. Okay, so here Tesla is the answer. So see, official SI unit of magnetic flux density, that's Weber, 1 Weber per meter square. So Weber is actually the SI unit of magnetic flux, right? Weber is the SI unit of total magnetic flux. Henry is the SI unit of electrical inductance, and Farad is the unit of electrical capacitance. So these are the small points that we must remember. Okay, so here that's done. See, it was magnetic field intensity or magnetic flux density. For that, it was Tesla. Okay. Next, so total magnetic flux or electrical inductance and electrical capacitance. We have discussed all that. Okay. Next, which component wavelength of visible white light undergoes maximum angular deviation when passing through a triangular glass prism? So you have four options. What should be the answer? Utkarsh, Ankita, answer please. So Utkarsh is saying so C will be the answer this time. Okay. So guys, let's make a prism for this question. So when the ray of light will come and strike the prism, in that case, the ray will divide into 7 different colors. So it will be like Web Gear. What is that? Web Gyur. So the red color here has the maximum wavelength. Lambda will be maximum here, but scattering and energy for both the cases, the maximum part will be in the violet. So Ankita, you also going with B, C? That's correct. So yes, C is the correct answer. So violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. So the questions can be from the energy, it can be with the maximum deviation, it can be with the least wavelength or the maximum wavelength. All these questions are clear here itself. So yes guys, you all were correct here. Let's see. So violet has the shortest wavelength in the visible spectrum, causes it to slow down most in the glass and suffers maximum bending, that is deviation. So that's all. Next. Which chemical gas compound is popularly known as laughing gas and used as a mild dental anesthetic? So is it nitrous oxide, nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, or is it dinitrogen pentoxide? Uh, this is the simplest question of the day, and Utkarsh is the first one to answer this, and that's obviously N2O. So what is the answer? N2O, that is nitrous oxide, is the perfect answer. Okay. So it's colorless, non-flammable gas with a slightly sweet odor and taste. It's used as an analgesic and mild anesthetic in surgery and dentistry. Okay, guys, since it is from the chemistry and this is the important one. So anesthetic is clear. What do you mean by anesthetic? So it induces insensitivity to the pain. So you'll not feel any pain. That's what the real meaning of anesthetic is. But I just want to know what is the real meaning of analgesic? Can anyone tell me what is the real meaning of analgesic? Anyone? So analgesic is linked with the painkiller basically. Analgesic is that category of the medicine that is painkiller actually, right? So absolutely correct, Utkarsh. So yes, it's used as both analgesic and anesthetic. It was discovered by Joseph Priestley in 1772. Right, perfect. Next, the next one is what type of chemical bond is formed when two non-metallic atoms mutually share pairs of valence electrons to attain stability? Is it ionic bond, covalent bond, metallic bond, or hydrogen bond? What should be the answer? And all the candidates who are present in the class who have not liked the session, I'll request you all to please like the session and also please comment the answers and wherever you have doubt, do not hesitate. I'm always there for you people, right? Okay, so Ankita is going with B and Utkarsh is also going with B. Fine. Guys, let's understand about the ionic bond first. In this ionic bond, just link it with this term, that is ion. When ions are formed, so let's say it's sodium, and sodium electronic configuration is 2,8, 1. In the case of chlorine, the configuration is 2,8, 7. So chlorine is in the need of one electron to attain the stability, and sodium is in the need of giving one electron. Actually, sodium wants to give one electron to attain the stability. So in this case, when this one electron is lost, it becomes Na plus and the configuration becomes 2,8. In this case, when it receives one electron, it becomes Cl minus, and this is the configuration here. So this is the cation, this is the anion. So here it combines in this way, and becomes the salt that you're using on your daily basis. So this type of bonding is known as electrovalent or ionic bonding, where one of the element loses the electron and another element gains the electron. But it's about the non-metallic atoms, and also here sharing is done. So let's talk about this part. So let's say it's oxygen. How O2 becomes stable? So for understanding about oxygen, what is the atomic number of oxygen? So the atomic number of oxygen you must directly remember, that's 8. But here hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. So that's total 8, right? Sorry guys. So the atomic number of oxygen is 8. What is the configuration? So for the configuration you can write 2,6. So in the outermost shell, it's just the 6 electrons that oxygen has. So oxygen has 6 electrons in the outermost shell, and since it is O2, there is one or more oxygen with the same configuration. So guys, can yellow oxygen donate the 2 electrons to blue oxygen so that blue oxygen can attain the stability? No, because in chemistry, the bonding is all about the stability, and each and every element who is present there, they must get stable. So once these 2 electrons are donated here, it will become unstable. Although it will become stable, the blue one, but the yellow one will become unstable, right? So for the stability, the best part is just share these 2 electrons. And once these electrons are shared, now you can just see the oxygen with the yellow color has attained the stability. Why? 6 electrons already it was having, 2 electrons are shared ones. So 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is 7, 8. What about the another one? So yes, in another case, in this case, 6 electrons it was already having, 2 are shared. So here that's the mutual sharing, and this is the example of double covalent bond. So here the answer is option number B. Any doubt guys? So that's all sorted, right? So B is the correct answer. Covalent bond is the correct answer. So it's formed by mutual sharing of the electron pairs between the two non-metal atoms. So H2O, CH4, CO2, NS3, Cl2, they all are the examples of covalent bond. Next. Achha, one more thing. They have lower melting point and do not conduct electricity in the pure forms. What is the chemical compound name and formula of quicklime that's produced commercially by thermal calcination of limestone? Is it calcium hydroxide, calcium carbonate, calcium oxide, or is it calcium sulfate? Your 4 options. Let us see what will be the correct answer. Please guys, answer. What should be the correct answer? So calcium carbonate, when it is heated, it is going to form calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide. You remember the question was asked in the past class. I have already taken it either yesterday or day before yesterday. So their carbon dioxide gas was released, right? So Utkarsh and Ankita both are going with C, that is calcium oxide, that's correct. And which gas is released? So the gas that is released is carbon dioxide, right? Perfect. So this equation is also important. So while heating the limestone, you'll find calcium carbonate when it is heated, it is going to form calcium oxide. That was the answer, and also carbon dioxide is released, so it reacts vigorously with the water to form slaked lime, releasing the large amount of heat, right? So when heat is released, so what kind of process is it? So that's the example of exothermic reaction. So exothermic reactions are the ones in which heat is released, and endothermic reaction is the one in which heat is absorbed. That's it. So this is also sorted. What about next question? So proceeding towards the next question, let us see what's the answer. And the next question is here. Which organic carboxylic acid is injected into human skin by honeybee stings and nettle leaf hairs, causing burning sensation? Is it acetic acid, citric acid, oxalic acid, or methylic acid? So that's from the acid basis salts chapter of the chemistry, and you have 4 options here. What should be the correct answer, guys? So in this case, guys, the correct answer is going to be your option number D, that is methanoic acid, and in the examination, you either get methanoic as the answer or formic acid is the answer. And there's a trick, guys, from this term, form, you can link it with farm. So when you go to your farm, what all things you'll find? You'll find red ants, you'll find honeybees, you'll find nettle leaves, right? So those nettle leaves, red ants, honeybees, they all contain the formic acid or the methanoic acid, right? Citric acid is present where? So citric acid is present in the lemon, acetic acid that's present in your vinegar, and oxalic acid that's present in your spinach and tomato, right? So are these options important? Very important actually. So what is the correct answer? The correct answer will be option number D, that is methanoic acid. So methanoic acid, that is the simplest carboxylic acid, that is also known as formic acid. in natural source, in the bee stings, ant bites, stinging needle plant hairs. So it's neutralized by applying the mild bases like baking soda or calamine lotion. That's it. Next, what is the next question? Which crystalline allotrope of carbon has a hexagonal layer plane structure that conducts electricity and is used in the pencil lead? So we all have used pencil leads right from our childhood. So the area which was the lead that was used for writing purpose, that was made up of graphite. And non-metals have the properties that they are bad conductor of electricity. But graphite is the exception there. So graphite has hexagonal structure, and since graphite leaves stains on the paper, that's used for the writing purpose as well. So yes, it's a good conductor of electricity. It also has the hexagonal structure, and that's why amongst these options, graphite will be the correct answer. What about diamond? So diamond has the tetrahedral structure. And what about fullerene? So that has a cage-like structure or football-like structure, right? So that's done. What's the next one? According to Henry Moseley's modern periodic law, physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic functions of their what? So atomic mass, atomic number, atomic radius, or mass number. So Utkarsh, Ankita, and all candidates who are present in the class, always remember from the very starting when this periodic tables were made. So first of all, it was Daubernier who tried to classify the element. So in the case of Daubernier, there were three groups that were made, right? Every group was having three elements each. But he failed because he, out of those 30 plus elements which were known at that time, he was able to align only and only three groups. But that concept was using the atomic mass concept. Then Newland came, he also used the atomic mass concept. Then Mendeleev came, he was also using the same atomic mass concept. But Henry Moseley's periodic table was using the concept of atomic number. That is, the elements were arranged in the increasing order of its atomic number, right? So atomic number, that is option number B is the correct answer. Okay, so Utkarsh has given the B answer. Ankita, is it okay with you too? Yeah, fine. So here the correct answer will be atomic number, and all the other ones were using atomic mass as the concept. So that's done. What is the correct chemical name and hydrated chemical formula of household washing soda? So that is Na2CO3.10H2. What is it? Na2CO3.10H2. That is option number A. Next, which abundant metallic element is extracted on an industrial scale from its principal hydrated oxide or bauxite? So will it be iron, copper, zinc, or aluminium? Hematite, copper pyrites, zinc blende, bauxite. What will be the answer? So Ankita and Utkarsh both have already given the answer. The correct answer will be aluminium. So yes, that's Al2O3.2S2. So it's used to purify bauxite into pure alumina. What is that process? That's Bayer's process. You need to remember this name. It's asked in the examination. And Hall Herold process. That's the electrolytic reduction of the alumina dissolved in molten cryolite yields pure aluminium metal. So both the processes are important. Now it's the time for the bio. Which cellular organelle is designated as the suicide bags of cell due to its rich content of hydrolytic digestive enzymes? Answer. So guys, ribosomes are known as protein factories. It cannot be the answer. Golgi apparatus is used for intracellular transportation. Again, it cannot be the answer. Lysosomes, yes, these are known as societal packets. So C is the correct answer. But there are few important points here. So this is membrane-bound organelle which contains powerful hydrolytic and digestive enzymes. That is acid hydrolysis. Suicide back term. If cell membrane breaks or cell is damaged, lysosomes burst and digest their own cell. So the function in the cellular waste disposal and autolysis. So yes, the option number C is the correct answer. Next, which living vascular plant tissue conducts synthesized organic food nutrients, that is sucrose, amino acids, bidirectionally from leaves to all the plant organs? Answer please. So what should be the correct answer? So what should the answer, guys? So as we know, phloem is the one that helps in the transportation of the food and minerals and that too bidirectionally. So phloem is the answer. In the case of xylem, it just transports the water in the unidirectional way. From where? From the roots towards the stems, right? So that's the bidirectional, and or the answer will be option number A, phloem. Which human blood group type is called the universal receptor because the blood plasma lacks anti-A and anti-B antibodies. So O negative, AB positive, A positive, or B negative. What should be the answer? So as we know, O negative is the universal donor. So do not go with A. Ankita, you have done the same mistake and. It's totally okay to commit mistakes here, but in the examination you must be correct. So please remember, O negative is the one, O negative is the one which is known as universal donor, right? O negative is the universal donor, it's not the acceptor. AB is the acceptor, but AB positive is the universal receptor. So that's why now Utkarsh and Ankita, both of you are correct. AB positive will be the answer. That's great. Next, which peptide hormone secreted by the beta cells of pancreatic islet of Langerhans functions to convert excess blood glucose into glycogen? So, islet of Langerhans of the pancreas have alpha cell, beta cell, and the delta cell. The alpha cell of the pancreas generates glucagon, right? Beta cell of the pancreas generates insulin, and delta cell of the of the pancreas generates somatostatin. So since it is talking about the beta cells, so insulin is generated, right? And this insulin is helping in the maintenance of the glucose. So this time, Ankita, first you are correct, but glucagon is not the answer. It's generated from the alpha cell. And here the question is asking about the beta cell. So what is the answer? Insulin will be the answer. That means option number B is going to be the correct answer. Is it okay, Ankita and Utkarsh? And all the other candidates, if you have any questions, doubts, please keep on asking. And by the time, let me tell you one more thing. You can use the Oliveboard's website. You can just start giving the topic wise test also from there, and you can also go with the analysis. Next, deficiency of fat soluble vitamin A in human diet primarily leads to which ocular impairment condition? Is it scurvy, night blindness, beriberi, or rickets? One of the most important question. So, for the case of scurvy, that is bleeding from the gums, that's caused because of lack of vitamin C. So, lack of vitamin C leads to scurvy, lack of vitamin B1 leads to beriberi, night blindness or nyctolepia, that's because of lack of vitamin A, and vitamin D is lacking leads to rickets. So, here the answer will be option number B. Absolutely correct. Ankita and Utkarsh, both of you are correct. B is the correct answer. Next, guys, what's the next question? Next is, what is the functional structural microscopic filtering unit inside the human kidneys responsible for the blood filtration and urine formation? So here, will it be neuron or nephron? So do not click on A option. Yes, Utkarsh, that's correct, that's nephron. Which proteolytic enzyme present in the human gastric juice secreted by the stomach peptic cells digest proteins in an acidic pH environment? So is it pepsin, trypsin, amylase, or lipase? So that's the from the Pepsi you can link it with pepsin. So it's the pepsin enzyme that is helping in the digestion of the protein. So here the answer option number is the correct one. Next, which pyrimidine nitrogenous base is present in the ribonucleic acid, that is RNA molecule, in place of thymine that's found in the DNA? So that's the difference between the DNA and RNA. And what should be the answer here, guys? What do you think? So what's the difference? So instead of thiamine, you will find uracil here. Instead of thiamine, you will find uracil. Rest all the things are same. So what is the answer? Uracil is the answer, right? So RNA contains uracil and cytosine. DNA contains thymine and cytosine. So adenine pairs with uracil in RNA during transcription. So what will be the answer? Uracil, that is option number D will be the perfect answer. Now it's the time for the homework question, guys. The homework question is present here. What is the question? The question for you is, Which paired endocrine glands resting atop human kidneys secrete adrenaline, that is epinephrine, during the sudden emergency fight or flight stress? So is it thyroid, adrenal, pituitary or thymus? So that will be the homework question for you all. Please let me know in the comment section what will be the answer for the same, and also please let me know, are you liking the series? So that's all from my end. We'll meet tomorrow now sharp at 12 for next 25 questions, which will be very important for our all the RRV, whether it is RRV ALP, JE, technician or NTPC, or it is SSC CGL, SSC JE, CPO or CHSL. So these questions will be common for all the examinations. So that's all from my end, and for the examination, all the very best guys. Please take care. Thank you Ankita. Thank you Karsh. Thank you everyone. Take care.